Howdy y'all. I don't know when you're watching this, either in the morning or in the afternoon or whenever, but I just thought I'd hop on here and show you all my new custom rig I just had built. I had it built in Gillette, Wyoming by Omega Precision. Peter down there does a great job. In no way is this any sort of sponsorship or anything like that. I paid full price for this. I'm just saying he does good work. It's top notch. I mean, everything's done well. So, still haven't shot it yet. I'm waiting for my new press to get in. As you can see, we're in my reloading room here. But waiting on my new press, and then I'm going to start reloading for this. So, I guess we could go ahead and say then, since I'm going to be reloading, this is chambered in 22 GT, which is not a super common round. It's becoming a lot more popular. A lot of guys are choosing it. It feeds well in a mag. It's a smaller case, about the same case capacity as a 22-250, but I think you can get a little bit more velocity out of it. That little case just has a lot of punch. There's something about it. And it'll still shoot those heavies. If you're running a fast twist barrel, you can still shoot those 85.5 burgers right up there with a 22 Creedmoor. It's still going to be a little slower, but that's just because the 22 Creed case holds more. But I mean, I'm a 22 caliber fan. I love the 22-250, but the reason I chose the GT was I can find components for it. The 22-250, you can hardly find brass, and you can hardly find large rifle primers. So it's almost a waste to spend all the money to reload for something, and then you can't even find the components. So I decided to opt for the 22 GT. But like I said, once you go custom, heck, I can get a 22-250 barrel and spin it right in this thing. But and just switch over if I don't like it. But I'm gonna like it. I can already tell just by looking at the stuff. So, but we're gonna start from the bottom. We're gonna work our way up, and then we'll go out to the front. Okay. So first off, we're gonna start with the stock. This is a Manners T5A. This is the Elite package. So it's a pound lighter and it's full carbon fiber all the way in and out. You're not going to be able to see it super well. I'll try to get a good picture for the thumbnail, and I'll post a short of it and you guys can see a better look of it. But this is in the midnight camo pattern. It looks white and blue. There is no white or blue on this stock. This is completely gray. This is a really light gray and a really dark gray. But in the lighting conditions, it usually gives off a white and a bluish tint. So, I mean, it's really good for snow camo, but at the same time, it's a great camo in itself. I mean, you go out there a ways, it disappears in the shadows and stuff really well. So, but yeah, I wasn't so sure on the pattern, but Manners had this in stock on their website, so I went ahead and told Peter, I said, let's just get it, let's go for it. Because I wanted a T5A, it's my favorite stock by Manners. So, I mean, that's what I wanted, but, so we went for it. But, I mean, you're going to wait 6 months for another stock. So, if you want it in what color you want. And, anyways, I don't think there's a lot of colors that really look good on a T5A. But this Midnight Camo, man, it's a nice color on here. But some of, like, the multi-cams, I think they look hideous. But, I mean, to each their own, but that's just my opinion. I would either want it just straight carbon black or back in black or, you know, just easy colors. But I wasn't sure about this, but I do like it. And we do have about, I think it's the 1-inch butt pad off the rear, so that's going to be really nice and comfortable. Which, this gun's really heavy, so, I mean, we're not going to have much recoil anyways. And then moving down, we've got the bottom metal from Manners. This is their system to where you don't have to bed your action. I think they call this the Mark II DB or something like that. And it has the mag release integrated into the trigger guard, which is really nice. It helps with not catching snags, but it is pretty sensitive. I mean, you barely tap it and it's going to drop your mag out, which is a good thing, but also, I mean, I guess you could catch a stick or something and drop your mag. But it is what it is. But I really like this. It's got the barricade stop up front. It's a really nice bottom metal. And then I've got an Arca plate that I had Peter drill in on here. Something about it, it's not that I hate it, I need it. That's why I have it on there, because Arca is a necessity for me with coyote hunting. Especially night hunting, I have to have Arca. But one of the things I don't like about it is that T5A is such a nice stock to hold. When you have to hold an Arca plate, you don't get to actually feel the stock on your hand, that big flat. I mean, it's got a big, fat, flat front end, and it's so nice in the hand, so you do lose that. But I'll have to get another T5A here and just do strictly for day hunting and just no Arca at all. And I mean, I can take this off, but there'll be 2 holes in the stock. I'll have to either fill them or just live with it. And then it has Picatinny up front as well, just a little like 2-3 inch Picatinny rail for bipods and quick detaches and stuff like that. And then it has the adjustable cheek height, which I really like. I think it's the EH4, which is pretty much the same stock, but this actually sits up higher and it's flush, and it's more like a rifle stock that you'd get without cheek adjustment. That way you can get your eye relief right. But I like having cheek adjustment because for thermals and stuff like that, you can really raise it up and get perfect. Okay, moving along, we've got the trigger here. It's going to have the Trigger Tech Diamond in here. I love that trigger. It's a really fat trigger, the actual trigger portion of it. It's fat, it's flat. It feels really good on the finger. This is a 1 pound trigger. I like them light. It makes your accuracy a lot better because you're not sitting there pulling a trigger. You're on your target. Don't put your finger on that trigger till you're ready to fire because it's going to go off. And it will make you a more accurate shooter. I really like that trigger. And then going up, that is going to be attached to a Impact Precision 737R short action with a 308 bolt face bolt. I really like the Impact Precision bolt there, or action. It's a nice action, really nice. It's got a really small button to release your bolt. It's out of the way, it's small. I like that. Some actions have giant like fingers sticking out the side, and it just doesn't look as clean. But yeah, I mean, just an absolute smooth action. I mean, and they run well dirty. That's another plus to the Impact Precision. It's a really good, action if you're not going to clean it all the time. Which I clean my guns pretty regularly. I keep them nice, but sometimes I get in the habit of going hunting. You know, like night season comes around, I'll go about, our night season here in Missouri is about 2 months, and I'll go almost every night. I think last season I only missed a couple nights because of some family things I had to attend to, but other than that I went every night, so almost 60 nights in a row. I mean, I don't have time to clean it. I get home from work 10 hours, 9-10 hours, get home, get the gun, and go. And we're back, we're chasing coyotes till midnight or 2 or whatever. Yeah, so that's one plus to this. We're going to go ahead and move up while we're here. I've got the Area 419 34 millimeter medium. I think they're their match rings. I haven't tried these before, but they feel great. They torque down nice. They look good. I like the look of them on here with this scope. It's just a good match. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to help hold the zero a little better. They're a little pricey. I could have went with Hawkins, but what do you say, $40? Don't cheap out on your rings. Spend $150, $200 on your rings. You're going to be more happy when your scope's not coming off all the time, because I've dealt with that. I've dealt with that in the past with some cheaper stuff. The scope up on top, this is as you can see, maybe, you probably can't even read it, but this is a Legend Precision. This is their 4-24 first focal plane, and it's in mils. I prefer mils over MOA, and I know there's a lot of guys that prefer MOA, and whatever you like, whatever makes sense to you, shoot it, okay? I like the base 10 system. It's just easy for me. And a lot of guys want to say mils is meters and centimeters. It's not. It's inches. It's just an angular measurement. So you can make it inches. You can make it not inches. It's whatever you want to make it. It's 0.36 inches every tenth of a mil. Or an MOA is a quarter. But it's not actually a quarter because when you get to a full MOA, it's 1.06. So it won't. None of them are even. If there was one that was 100%, like 25, 50, perfect, that's what I would shoot because that would be the easiest for anybody because there would be less calculation involved. But in my opinion, I just enjoy mils better. I like the base 10 system. It works for me. So, but overall on the scope, I actually, funny story on the scope, I entered into an Instagram thing on Legend Precision, and I actually won the scope, so that's the only reason it's on here. Otherwise, I think I kind of want to put a Mark 5 3.6-18 on here. It's kind of the plan to cut a little weight, and it's a small scope. I like that scope. I just got to get one. I've got a Night Force on my other gun that I might put on here, but this is going to be on here for now. I like it. The turrets are okay. They got decent clicks, but no zero stop. It's only a locking turret, and I prefer zero stop myself. But the glass is good. The reticle is really good. I really like the reticle in it. I mean, that's the biggest plus to the scope for me is the reticle. It's really nice. I mean, I think it's a $900 scope. For what you get for $900, it's a good scope. It's going to beat those cheaper scopes. Like some of those cheaper Vortex first focal planes, I'd rather shoot this. It's a pretty decent scope. And it comes with the sunshade and the throw lever and all that jazz. But yeah. So moving on to the barrel. This is a M24 contoured 18-inch barrel from Preferred Barrels. I wasn't exactly sure what Peter was going to do on the barrel, but I just went with his judgment, and he said these Preferreds are pretty good, and he could get them. So we went with that, and sure enough, we got it, and it looks good, It's a bit heavy. I probably should have went carbon fiber or had him flute it, possibly. But you know what? Be a man, pick it up, It's not that bad. Quit crying about it, It might be a little heavy, but that just means less recoil and a steadier gun when you make a shot. But it ain't no gun you're going to take in a tree stand, and it ain't no gun you're going to take backpacking for elk. No, I mean, I'd rather have a chassis or a really lightweight gun for that, but this is just for coyote stands, And then, last but not least, up front, we have the SRT Arms 224 Vapor. I'm hoping this can does well on this gun, because on my 22-250, even with factory ammo, I'm hitting huge pressure signs with it. So, and I tried to contact SRT and stuff, and they're telling me it's just back pressure, but I don't believe them. I think something's not right. But I'm gonna see if I can't work up a load for this, and hopefully we can get rid of those pressure signs and run with it. But if not, I'm gonna have to look at a different can. But I don't know. I might just have to deal with it a little bit. It's not like it's going to break the gun, but you're definitely going to have to clean it more because you're going to get a carbon ring pretty quick. And it probably is a lot of back pressure because with it being a 22 cal can, it's a pretty tight tolerance in there. But I know it's not all back pressure when my bolt lift is heavy and I'm getting scratches on my cases from factory ammo. It shouldn't be happening, But we'll see. The can is so quiet. This SRT can, it's quieter than most cans I've ever heard, and at the same time, the accuracy of it is amazing. So I think I might try to get their, I think it's called the Shadow XLTI. It looks just like this can, but it's 9 inches long and it's a 30 cal. And then you're not going to hit those pressures because you got a bigger apertures and all that stuff. You won't hit all that back pressure and whatnot I'm hitting. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I start reloading. It'll be easier to figure it out. But I haven't been reloading for that 22-50. I've just been... It's been easier just to buy factory ammo for now, but I'll probably start reloading for it. I just picked up some more gear, so it'll be a lot easier. But that's kind of the rundown on this. I'm really happy with it. I'll crank it off this tripod and give you guys a closer look at the stock here, and just overlook the gun. But I mean, it's a good looking gun. I like the look of it. This grip, man, I can't even explain it enough. It fits your hand so well. And I've watched my dad touch it. I've watched my brother-in-law touch it. I've watched so many people touch this grip. And pretty much any hand fits this grip just fine. So that's one thing I really like about it. It fits anybody's hand, and when it's in your hand, it is just I don't know, it's just amazing. And a lot of guys, you'll see some guys, they'll float their thumb. I think a lot of that is just for repeat firing. They'll, instead of putting it in, they'll just put their thumb up top, and then they can rock the bolt faster. But if you're making one shot, man, that thumb, it's got a nice shelf in there, and it's just really comfortable, and it's really nice to shoot. It just feels good. And it's got, yeah. I don't know how they molded it, but I can't say enough good things about that. But yeah. But anyways, that's it for that gun, and I'll see how this turns out. We might do another quick little review outside of it sometime in some better lighting or something. Or maybe I'll just do some shooting with it and you guys can see it, and we'll do maybe a quick little overview of the gun as well. Again, outside. But other than that, I think this will do. But thank you all for sticking around if you're still here, and I can't wait to get this thing out and knock down some fur with it this winter, and I hope y'all stick around and get to enjoy watching the fur fly with me. So thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all in the next time.